Today's seminar is going to be kind of interesting. We've got Alex Nagy of Twisted Cats Tournament. He's run tournaments for 2 years now, and Jason Masingale. Everybody knows him because he catches all the fish at the tournaments. But they're going to talk about some grassroots tournaments and how you get started, and if you're interested in doing tournaments now. So let's give them a hand.
All right, so can everybody hear us? My name is Jason Masingale. I'm going to tell a little bit about myself and a story that I'm going to start with. But more than happy to be here. Thank you for having us. And let this man introduce himself.
Yeah, I'm Alex Nagy, director of Twisted Cat Outdoors, also an angler, fish a lot of tournaments, do a lot of fun fishing. But I've been doing Twisted Cat Outdoors now for 6 years, and it's been fun. Watching Jason fish the events and a lot of others in the crowd. Also having new people come to the sport, which was also fun. So we're excited to talk about some new things and talk about some exciting things.
So as with any speaker, you need to know your audience. And so I got a couple good quick questions. Who here has fished a catfish tournament before? Please raise your hand. All right. Who here has never fished a catfish tournament here before? All right, and is interested in maybe fishing a catfish tournament. All right, good. This is exciting because we've got some seasoned pros, some of the best in the business in the crowd. After this seminar, I'm going to offer up that these guys, along with myself, are going to be more than happy to talk about catfishing and also how catfish tournaments is an opportunity for you, for those that are new to the sport, to learn a whole lot. We're going to talk about some things that Alex is coming out with, and then also kind of wrap it up with what I call, or what Alex and I were talking about, tournament etiquette from the standpoint of a tournament director and from a tournament fisherman. What is good tournament etiquette, and what can make the experience good for you and good for everybody around you. So the story I want to start with is back in 2006, 2008, I really can't remember. Daryl's had said, "Hey, let's go catch a big fish." I said, "What do you want to do?" He said, "Let's go to the Mississippi River, catch a big catfish." And we're from Arkansas, and I said, "You only go to the Mississippi River to die." It was a scary. It's an intimidating river. It can be very dangerous if you're not careful. We met a good friend, Mr. Matt Bingham, on Catfish One. It was a forum back in the day. Him and his dad were fishing catfish tournaments, and he said, "Hey, you guys ought to give it a try." So here my brother and I go to our very first catfish tournament. It was a Cabela's tournament in New Madrid, Missouri. I've never been to one. We get there. There's 30, 40 boats. And these guys are serious. They got their game faces on. We get there. We sign up the morning of. They have a meeting. We're so scared. We didn't even launch our boats. We waited until everybody else launched their boats. We let them send everyone off of the tournament, told everyone go, and then we decided we were going to put our boats in. And that really sounds funny now, but where I'm going with this is this happens to a lot of these new guys at these tournaments. So these guys launch, we put our boats in, Daryl goes, "Wow," because these guys are taking this serious. And that was the first tournament we ever fished. I think we had a handful of skipjack. We had rice slicks or perch. That's what we call them, rice slicks in Arkansas, perch and crawdads. We was on the Mississippi River, and here we go. We had a good tournament. We had a Rubbermaid tote, a large Rubbermaid tote. We had to put a ratchet strap around the center of it because it bowed out when we filled it full of water when we tested it in the driveway the night before. Okay? And then we had 5-gallon buckets, and that was our pumps. So here the Masingales go off in the first tournament with a Rubbermaid tote, 5-gallon buckets, 16-foot boat, 40-horse motor on the Mississippi River. Wore our life jackets all day. We're scared to death. We caught some fish. Can't believe it. We finished well. We finished in the money, and that was a lot of fun. Had we have not finished in the money, the Masingale brothers may not ever fish another tournament. And we were fortunate enough to cash that check. We barely finished in the money. I don't think it even covered the cost. But where I'm going with this is, and for you seasoned pros and everybody that's been there, we go to the town, we see 30, 40, 50, 60, maybe even 100 boats. And there's 8 or 10 guys, when you go back to that town to that next year's tournament, you never see them again. Well, one and done is a good thing in college basketball. They play 1 year and they go pro. One and done is not a good thing in the sport of tournament catfishing, and really in the sport of catfishing to grow the sport. So, we've had some guys, and I know there's guys in the crowd that are seasoned pros. They'll come to you and they'll say, hey, Jeff Dye, hey, Carl Morris, I can't catch 5 fish for 110 pounds. I've never done it. And that's what it took to finish in the money today. I'm just not competitive. I'm sorry, but it's just too much money, and the wife at home says, if I don't bring any money home, I can't keep doing this. Well, that's what we're trying to create. What we've come up with is something that we're going to give these guys that opportunity to be competitive, enjoy the sport, and also be a part of, be around the seasoned pros, to be able to and the fishermen, to talk to them and learn more. So, started fishing Alex's tournaments, had a good time, and this ideal that we've had, it's not a groundbreaking ideal, but this ideal I've had, it needs to be somebody that's got their heart, and they're in the sport for the betterment of the sport, and for the betterment of making the sport of catfishing, trophy catfishing a success. So reached out to Alex and talked about it, and I'm going to kind of turn it over to him, because he's going to be the man that is taking time out of his busy schedule to give everyone this opportunity when they come to these tournaments. That there's guys we meet in the crowds, they'll say, I'm not good enough. I can't fish with you guys. I'm like, listen, there's guys, the best catfishermen I know have never fished a tournament. I honestly believe that. There's guys I know that could catch a bit. Thank God they don't fish tournaments. I'll be honest with you. But for those of you that want to get your feet wet and give it a try, get the competition, the camaraderie, and I want to use the word brotherhood. My best friends I've met in trophy catfishing, and that's the honest to God truth. These are guys I can call up any day or night. We check on each other's families, and so we want to welcome you guys, those that are interested in this sport, those of you on Facebook Live that are thinking about it. This is a way to welcome you guys into the sport, welcome you into the brotherhood, and I'm going to turn it over to Alex and let him talk a little bit.
Yeah, so exactly like Jason was talking about, I started the same way he did. I had a pontoon, first year in it, and I wanted to fish a tournament, and I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know how to catch much fish, but still went out there. I did get discouraged, fishing against a lot of really great anglers, but I kept at it, and like he said, friendship. The catfish community has been really good to me and Jason, and I mean, one of my best friends is filming here that I've met catfishing. A lot of my best friends now are catfish guys, so that's kind of interesting. It's something we talked about earlier. So Jason brought the idea to me, and it made sense because everybody starts somewhere, and I think that's what we want to do with an amateur series is going to be just for that. So go ahead. I'll let you tell it. It's his idea, and I'm just going to help put it on.
And this is, guys, this is as with anything, it evolves and it grows. The first year of this, we're going to learn. As Mr. Carl Morris said, everybody makes mistakes. When you make mistakes, you only get better. And so as we evolve in this and as this grows, the rules may change just a little bit. But this is a grassroots series that Alex is going to be doing through Twisted Cats. It's if you want to call it an amateur series, which don't get hung up on that terminology, but a grassroots type series. It's going to follow a lot of the same rules. It's a $50 entry fee, so it's $50 entry fee for the team, 100% payback. So the entry fees that come into this, 100% of it's being paid back. Nobody, that's going back to the fishermen that fished that tournament that day. It's a lot of the same rules are going to apply. The only difference is once the main event at the Twisted Cats will launch, they'll launch and get out of the way. Then the amateur series, the grassroots series, then they'll be directed to launch their boat. Okay, so they're not going to be putting their boats in. Just like Daryl and I, we were intimidated to even put our boats in with the crowd. We've had other people say the same thing. That these guys put in after the main show launches, they then put their boats in, and they're going to be launched in the same fashion, out of the way. Because these may be smaller boats, so we don't want to put them, in a large launch with some of the bigger boats. They're going to launch after the main show, and then they're going to weigh in an hour and a half ahead of the weigh-in of the Twisted Cats regular series. A couple of reasons why is one, we don't want boat ramp congestion. Two, these guys, may be a little nervous about coming in, weighing in with the crowd. We want to give them those ample opportunities, and they're going to weigh their fish in. If it's a 5-fish tournament, the main show's a 5-fish tournament, this will be a 3-fish for the Grassroots series. All right? So less fish, a little easier to take care of. If it's a 3-fish tournament on the main series, the limit's going to be at 2-fish for the amateur series. Rod rules, all that, same rules apply. Three rods per person, no more than 6 rods total. You can have as many rods you want in the boat with state laws allow. Question of live wells may come up, and the tournament directors are going to be able to help those individuals looking at fishing these tournaments. Call Alex ahead of time. He's going to work with you, make sure you've got a live well that's capable of taking care of these fish, because that's key. That's what all of us are out here to do. And then this allows these guys to come, be a part of it, see kind of what happens, and then after the tournament, after they weigh in, after the main event weighs in, to sit around and, as Carl said, and as Jeff Dodd said, that hour at the weigh-in, you're liable to learn more in conversations with each other, about what could you or should you have done that day, or what you did right that day, and that's going to help you make you a better fisherman. All right. So the next question is, once an individual or a team or a part of a team, once you win twice in a calendar year or 3 times collectively, you cannot stay down there in that series. You've got to move up. Okay, so this keeps somebody from staying down in that series and winning and winning and winning and winning. The ideal is this is an introduction to the sport. Okay, so correct me if I misspeak. Or if you finish in the money in a Team Cat event, the main event within the past calendar year, is that correct?
Yeah, so if in last year or this, previous year or the current year, finished in collected any money, then you're not allowed in that.
Okay, so the ideal there is it keeps people from dropping down and cherry picking, so to speak. It keeps that Grassroots series competitive, and then also once you've won twice or 3 within a calendar year or 3 times collectively, then you bump up. So for those of you guys that have competed in other sports like bow shooting or whatever that, bowling or that sort of thing, it's the same structure. It keeps it competitive. It allows people to be introduced to the sport. And that's something we're very excited about, because we want to give everybody a competitive, to be able to be competitive and have a good time.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, the whole goal of this is like how Jason started, how I started, how a lot of you start, is to, get in there, not be scared. I mean, don't, get involved. These guys are here, Jeff Dodd, Carl Morris, Jason Masingale, they're here because we want to help get people into the sport, help them grow. We'll answer questions. Don't be scared to call us. I mean, that's what I'm there for. These guys are here watching this because we want to help grow the sport. So there's a lot of people that I've had come and they fish and they don't do good. You weigh 200 pounds and 3 fish, and that discourages them. So that's how we want to grow it. So it's definitely for the people that really want to try to get involved, see what it's about, and we're here to help.
Any questions before? Yes, sir.
So the whole series is we've got 8 events this year on the Mississippi River, Missouri River, Ohio River, Lake of the Ozarks. So it's just going to be the events that I've already scheduled just along with those.
It's going to be at the same time?
Yeah.
It's going to operate at the same time?
Yeah. And we'll continue to expand on this and talk more about it. We just kind of releasing it now.
There's right now, this is all Alex. This is his love of the sport. There's no major sponsor dollars coming into this. There's nothing like that. Hey, that'd be great. That'd be great if people want to work and sponsors want to be a part of this. But right now, this is just nothing but for the love of the sport and trying to make this grow and make this, because something I want to add on too is conservation is key. We want catfish to be a protected species. We want these trophy fish taken care of. We want it, as it was said earlier, we want it better. We want it to be better than how we left it or than how it started. And that's how tournament and conservation can work hand in hand. There's a lot of guys out here that are really doing what they can to protect the species, protect the sport. And tournament fishing, if we can work hand in hand and make that work even better, because that brings attention, that brings public attention. These game and fishes, the DNRs, those they pay attention to this. This goes just the way that bass fishing has gone, just the way that walleye fishing has gone. Catfishing, we're following the same evolution of the sport. So we're excited what everybody's doing and everyone's working together to make this greater, make this what it can be, not try to tear it down. So, yes. The payout, so it's $50 entry. It's a $50 entry fee. It's going to be 100% payout. Right now, the way the discussion is being structured is if there's 10 boats or less, it's going to pay top 3. If it's 11 boats to 20 boats, it'll pay top 4, and then kind of progress up from there. So kind of spread it down the field. We don't want to make it winner take all. We want to make sure, because I promise you, if you take a check home, even if it doesn't cover your expenses, if you take a check home, you're a little bit happier when you go home and go to the significant other and say, hey, I was able to cash a check. Yes, sir.
You have a Facebook site or information group?
Yes. So twistedcatoutdoors.com, Facebook, Instagram, all social media outlets. Yep. And we'll be doing a lot of live videos and stuff on that. And again, my number is on that. If you have questions after this, feel free to talk to us. And we're going to really expand on this. This is definitely just, we're just announcing it now, but we're really excited. I think it's going to really help.
I think what frustrates a lot of people trying to get into the tournament sector is $250 entry fee, $300 entry fee, or $300 you have to be a member to something.
So for those that is being recorded on Facebook Live, the statement was is for those that are getting into this, it's really frustrating for them at a $250 entry fee, a $350 entry fee, or even greater. It's frustrating for them just to give it a try. You've got quite a bit of money already invested. So this is that avenue, this is that pathway to allow those people to be a part of this, and have an experience of competition, and not maybe put out so much money. Because I've got friends, I've got guys that are great fishermen. They got bass boats, and they say, hey Jason, I'd give that a try. I'm not equipped, to put 5 fish in the boat, but I do what I can do is, as silly as it sounds, the Rubbermaid ideal, the large cooler ideal. I can strap one in, get some pumps, and make sure to take care of those fish and keep them alive. So it's just a great introductory to the sport and to the competition. I saw some other hands go up. Yes, sir. That's nothing really in the plans right now, but I can tell you that has been discussed. That's been discussed on several different avenues of having. The question was, is there a pro-am, potentially having a pro and an amateur? I've heard that discussed through the years. It's a little, because it's a team event, it's a little bit harder to make that work for a lot of teams are catfishermen, but I can tell you that it has been discussed, and I know some guys are working on ways to try to make that work. I don't think Alex has anything in the plans right now, unless he may be keeping secrets on him.
I mean, that's a great question. I mean, I guess this is the closest way to that. So you can come for a $50 entry, fish that amateur side, that grassroots side, but still have a lot of these guys that you can talk to afterwards and see how they did. And a lot of these guys, like I said, they're here to help. So when you can fish and, Jason, you see him after the tournament, you guys chat and say, it's a way to kind of get together. But not yet, but it's something for the future for sure.
Yes, sir.
So if you've had guys that have fished in your tournament before but never placed in the money, they can drop down to the amateur.
Yes, so the question is if you have fishermen that have fished in Alex's tournament series before and never finished in the money, they can drop down, and yes, they can. So, and you see that. You see guys that come in that fish several tournaments, and they may fish 2 or 3 or 4, and they're frustrated. This gives them that avenue to come in and fish this series and be competitive. And I'm telling you, and for the seasoned catfisherman, the tournament fisherman that's out there, in Facebook world, I said it earlier, let's embrace these guys, because every one of us has been there before. Every one of us has been there, nervous, scared to death, whatever. I mean, I can Cabela's tournament. I mean, I remember whispering to Daryl, like, "Hey, there goes Phil King." There goes Lindsay Sample. There goes John Jameson, these guys. I was scared. I didn't even say hi to them, And where I'm going with this is they're no different, though they're great guys, and they've truly been mentors to me and my brother. And that's what we all want to do. The seasoned guys out there, I'm telling you, we're all competitors. That morning, some of us have our game faces on, and we want to win, and we want to beat each other, what we want to do. But at the end of the day, we're here for the betterment of the sport, and we're all good friends. And the guys I wanted to beat the worst are now my best friends. And I know that sounds silly, but that's something that's pretty unique, especially when it comes to fishing, because it is a brotherhood. So, any other questions? No questions? Well, if you have a question that you didn't want to ask in front of the crowd, please feel free. I want to segue this into kind of a tournament etiquette it's real short, but from a tournament director and even a fisherman. Guys, when you're fishing these tournaments, and if you're new to them, or even if you've been experienced, one way to make sure as a fisherman to have a good tournament etiquette is know your rules. Know the state rules and laws, and know the tournament rules and laws. Don't get yourself into a sticky situation because you didn't know the rules. That's not the tournament director's fault if you didn't know the rules. If you have any questions, call them, give them a shout, tell them, clarify those rules, okay? Make sure and get yourself there in plenty of time. You're there to have fun. These tournaments are fun. Give yourself plenty of time. Don't show up 10 minutes before launch and be upset with the tournament director because he didn't get you into the water in the 10 minutes that you were there. Okay, give yourself plenty of time. Take your time. Relax. You're there. You're there. You're not going to win that tournament in the first 5 minutes. Guaranteed. Very few. It's possible, but most of the time it's not going to happen. You've got all day to win that tournament. So slow down. Take your time. Enjoy yourself. Handling of the fish. Come to the weigh-in line. Even if you don't weigh your fish in, or you didn't catch a fish, come to the weigh-in line. Those cities, they want to see you come back to the weigh-in line. They want to see those boats. Mr. Dodd mentioned earlier, the tournament director tells the city, I had 70 boats registered, and they're like, well, we only saw 20 weigh in. Come back to the weigh-in. Come in, share those stories, share your fishing experience that day. Take good care of your fish. If there's one thing I could say as far as tournament etiquette goes, Mr. Morris said he takes better care of the fish in his live well than he probably does his cat or his dogs. And where he's going with this is not only does Carl want to win that tournament, but he wants to win that tournament and make sure that these fish survive. Okay, so take good care of your fish. Put the time into it, because catching the fish is half the battle. Keeping them alive is the second half to the weigh-in. But not only to the weigh-in, you want these fish to survive. Okay, so handle those fish with care. When you put the fish into the tote for them to be weighed, lay them in there. Don't throw them in there. Handle those fish easy. Some of them big fish, they're hard to handle. You definitely don't want to drop them. Use the grippers. Don't be a tough guy and try to hold them by the lip, or at least I'm not a tough enough guy to do it. Use the grippers, use the fish grippers. Make sure, I know Alex has started, make sure to do that this year so we don't drop a fish. You don't drop a fish over the side of the boat. Okay? I'll let Alex talk a little bit from the tournament director standpoint when it comes to traffic control and being ready before you get there.
Yeah, traffic control, as a lot of the Mississippi River don't have a lot of big ramps, nice ramps like Owensboro, Kentucky. There's a lot of room to park. One thing, I fished a tournament in December on the Missouri River. I know how that ramp was, so I stopped at McDonald's, got a cup of coffee, put my enclosure up, kind of got stuff ready. It's about a mile away, and then took my time. So I knew when I got to that line, I was ready to go. My guy had to jump in the boat, and we could go. So even if you show up and you can't get your stuff ready, you know, maybe once you register, just kind of pull off to the side just to help. Because sometimes some of these ramps, when you get to, once you kind of pull in, there's no backing out.
Yep.
And if you still got to put an enclosure on or any of that stuff, just takes time getting your rods out of the truck, putting them in the boat. Just the more you can have ready, the better. And it just helps speed things up for other people. And, you know, if you're not sure, get there early. You know, we're usually there 2.5, 3 hours early before takeoff.
Yep.
And always, you know, like I said, people call me, asking questions on how to get there. Always ask questions if you haven't.
Make sure to know your rules. Know if there's boundaries. You know the distance limits. You know, whatever those may be. You know, that just makes it for a better experience for everyone. As Alex said, get ready ahead of time. You know, what we're saying here is don't get ready on the ramp. You know, don't wait till you're backing down to the water and then decide you want to load your cooler and everything else that may be. Do that away from the ramp so that helps with the flow of traffic. When several of these tournaments will have to, they park you. Make sure to park where, follow the guys and park where they tell you to park. There's a reason why, because they're trying to fit as many of these big boats and these big trailers into a small area. You know, what you don't want to see is a guy that pulls up there and parks sideways and blocks 10 spots. Don't be that guy. You know, it happens. It happens almost at every tournament. There's somebody that gets they're nervous. They get a little confused. So, you know, if you have any questions, just ask. These tournaments are more than happy to help you work through this. Okay. In the end, you know, with these tournaments and tournament etiquette, you know, we're there to have fun. You know, Daryl and I have said this all along. We've chased this a long time. When we quit having fun, well, that's when we're probably going to quit fishing these tournaments. Have fun, no matter how you finish. Make sure it's a good day. You know, for those of you guys that may or may not be into tournament fishermen, I'm talking to everybody in the Facebook world. You don't have to fish a tournament to prove you're the best fisherman out there. With today's social media, you can let the fish that you catch do the talking for you, okay? So guys, if you're not a tournament fisherman, there's nothing wrong with that. As I said earlier, the best fishermen out there I know don't fish tournaments, and thank God they don't fish them, because not that I don't want to see them, but they make it a whole lot harder to be able to finish their money. So for you, those of you out there that tournaments aren't your thing, don't tear it down, You can still push the voice of conservation. You can still prove and show everyone out there that you're the best fisherman in the world, because you've got a platform, which is social media. Let the fish you catch do the talking for you. For those of you guys that aren't into catching big fish and they're into sharing the word of catfishing and sharing the sport and teaching everybody, hey, my hats are off to you. You've got a platform. You've got social media. Use that. Use that to help educate everyone. To help create and improve the sport of trophy catfishing and protect the species, because really and truly, that's all we're here for. Who here, and I'm going to get one more raise of hands, I'm going to get off my soapbox, who here wants to see the sport of trophy catfishing grow, I would hope. Who wants to protect the species? All right, we're all on the same page, we're all here trying to get the same goal, so let's work together to get there and make this better than it's ever been.
Yeah, so we're really excited. Like I said, if you can talk to us after this show, send us a message. We're just getting this out now, but we're wanting to better the sport. We're wanting to bring more people, get people that are a little nervous to fish a big event right off the bat with a cheaper entry, and really help grow it. So we appreciate it. Thank y'all. If you have any questions, we'll be here afterwards and be more than happy to answer them. Thank you.